What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today I thought I would do a 3-year review on my Sany SY80U. Got about 1,200 hours on it. Bought it back in 2023. I think I took delivery in February. It's almost February now, so I figured it's in the shop, and we have it here because it's winter and we're between projects. So I thought I would go over some things that I really like about it and some things that I don't, and show you guys a little bit of how we use it. And we are, I would say, fairly hard on it, but I think we use it to its capabilities as well. And so far, I've been pretty impressed with it, so let's get into it. So back in 2022, I had a SY60, and I'd found myself in situations where it was a great machine, but we were digging a lot of pools and doing larger projects. Sometimes I just felt like I needed a little bit more reach or a little more power, and also wanted to be able to, load dump trucks and stuff like that. So we picked up I demoed the SY80 on a project, really liked it, and then we had to wait for the Steelwrist to be made for it because they were updating to the SQ50 system. So I do have a video back where I talked about getting the SQ50, which we also love that. So anyway, as part of that upgrade, I didn't realize exactly how much, difference going from a 60 to an 80 would make. You're talking about 4,000 pounds of machine weight, but the capabilities are so much greater, and I just didn't really realize that. So from efficiencies to just the reach, the capability, the stableness of the machine, still with the zero turn, the ability to get in and out of places and be able to move around. So really enjoyed the machine. So we'll go over a few things and show you what I really like and what I don't. So I guess we'll start with the interior. One thing I've been fighting for all 3 years is the foot pedals. And I did just see a video with digging with Dylan, that he had changed out the foot pedals for I think the 215. So I actually just called my Sany rep and I ordered those. So it's not too big of an upgrade, so I'm going to try that. I have tried bigger machines and really like the foot pedals. So it sounds like they bolt right on. So that's one change I'm going to make. So I'll update everybody on how that goes. Also, I really like the way the cab feels. I like that it feels kind of like a bigger machine, but it's also pretty comfortable. The one thing that I have some challenges with is the air conditioning. It's just not a great air conditioning system. I did tint the windows, and that did seem to help with taking some of the sunlight out and just making it a little bit easier to cool in here. And then also, I'm trying to keep the cabin air filter clean or replaced a little more often. My service person said that was plugged up pretty good one time, and showed me where it was, and I honestly didn't even think about whether it had one or not. So with all the dust we get into and the jobs that we do and just the type of machine it is, I do run with my cab open sometimes. Makes it a little easier to communicate with our guys when we're fine-tuning some stuff or in a situation where we need to communicate. So anyway, air conditioner could be better. I think I'm saying things that a lot of people say. The radio, I don't even use the radio. I usually just use headphones or AirPods just because I prefer good sound if I want to listen to something, and then I can also answer the phone if I need to. So I don't really mind the radio, but it could be a lot better. So to me, those are like nice features to have. I think the air conditioner could be better when you're really working and by yourself and you want to stay cool. Some really hot days and humidity, it just gets pretty hot in here. So that's one thing I would say they could definitely improve on. As far as the rest of the interior, it's pretty standard. Not a lot of bells and whistles, and honestly, that's what I prefer. I'm not big into all the fancy stuff. I just want this thing to do what I need to do on the job. So I have gotten myself into some tight situations. This is my second door. I had to get a new door. And then our last project, we were in a tight yard digging a pool, and I hit a pallet or something that was next to me that was double stacked, or some debris or something, and I bent the handle and also broke this lower window, so I got to order that again. So, but I just sometimes forget it sticks out there. So, one other challenge we've had is our battery has been kind of low. We typically have to turn the battery off just so it doesn't drain down, and when it's really cold, it doesn't like to start, so we'll have to jump start it sometimes. I do like the roominess. It's real easy to get to the battery. I think I'm going to take it in and get it tested and see if we can upgrade it, or see what we can do to improve that. Maybe it just needs to be replaced. I like how you can get to everything. It's real easy to look. I don't do a lot of maintenance. Usually have that done by the dealer, but if we do need to look in here and check the oil, or check fluids or whatever, everything's really easy to get to. So I do really appreciate that about what they do. I did say I had 1,200 hours. I like the blade. I've used the tilting blades on Kubotas when I've rented them and stuff, but I do a lot of grading with the blade, so I've had no complaints with it. The tracks have held up really well, rubber tracks, and we've been working on a lake lot with a lot of rock and hills, and I've thrown the track a couple times. Was able to get it back on in the field. So, but as far as wear, with 1,200 hours and the type of abuse we've done, I feel like they're still in great shape. So I also really like how this machine feels when you're on a hill or an incline, or even just level and you're digging. I like to dig with the blade behind me. I feel like that gives me good stability, but also if I'm piling behind me, I can turn around and kind of push the pile with the blade. So that's kind of what I like to do. So yeah, I've really enjoyed the overall capabilities of the machine, and just the way it works for us. And this machine paired with this Steelwrist it's really mind-blowing. Just you have the size of a larger machine, but at the same time, to me, a tilt rotator makes the machine feel smaller, makes it easier to maneuver. You don't have to do as many maneuvers with the machine to dig where you need to. So that Steelwrist is worth every penny, and I could probably do a separate review on how much we love that. But usually when I'm showing off either a short or a video, I'm showing off what this machine can do and what the Steelwrist can do. So between pushing trees over, using our grapple, building walls, all those things. So I did get into the metal protector here. The weld broke. That's just from my Steelwrist. It curls in a little bit more. I have forks and stuff, so I sometimes beat up on it a little bit. So I gotta get a new one and get that replaced so I can protect that piston there. But overall, I don't really have a lot of complaints. Most of the complaints are, just comforts in a way. So yeah, we've had a really good success with this thing, and we've accomplished so much with it. I'd buy another one in a heartbeat. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to drop those in the comments. If you have any questions about the machine or some issues we've had, which I can't think of a lot. Most of the things we do are just maintenance. That's one great thing. We do have a good dealer here, so for the most part we have great maintenance. They come to our job sites to do all of our maintenance while we're working on other things, so we don't have to haul the machine in and all that. So I would say, like most people say in videos about equipment, is I usually buy the dealer. I don't buy the machine because I want to make sure that we're going to have a good relationship, that we're going to get our machine serviced properly. I prefer a mobile service because we are always busy doing things on the job site. I'd rather it be down for 2 or 3 hours than for us to be hauling it, having it wait there for 2 or 3 days and then having to haul it again. So we could be down 2 to 5 days if we're taking it in. So definitely look into mobile service if that's an option in your area. And overall, like I said, really love this machine, and I'd definitely recommend it, and I'd get one again if I ever had to.